Hi, this is Ms. Buddies 101, and today I'm finally doing the video that I promised last week I was gonna end up doing. Many things have happened, and this video is about what I ended up going through a couple weeks ago. Yeah. I am going to be doing this video because I know most of my viewers are children, like people that are like in 6th grade and up, or in middle school, barely going into high school, or are in their freshman year of high school. I know most of my viewers are in that age group, and I'm doing this video for you guys because in case any of you end up in the same situation as I was a couple weeks ago, I really hope my advice helps you out. Alright, so this is what happened 3 weeks ago, I think it was, when this happened. Yes, maybe. Anyways, I hung out with a friend that I had not seen in 3 years. You know, I was excited because, like, well, I had a thing for him in my sophomore year, like I had a crush on him, but clearly that ended up going away since I had a boyfriend during my senior year. So, and some of my first semester of college. But I was just happy to see him because it's like, oh hey, you know, how you doing? Like, I was just excited to see him. Yes, I'm sitting on the couch with pillows. Anyways, so he picks me up 2 hours after he told me, oh yeah, I'm on my way. Yeah, he was in Santa Rosa this whole time. That's my hometown. Yeah, so he picks me up 2 hours later. I get in the truck with him, and the first thing he does is start smoking a cigar, a Marlboro cigar to be specific, not weed. And he had the windows rolled up. I have asthma. I was dying in the truck with him. I was like, I need air, and he didn't realize it until I started coughing, and then he rolled down the windows finally. So we ended up going to a park, and it was like 15 minutes worth of driving, and we got there, and like there was this couple there, and he knew who they were, and then we weren't even there for 5 minutes, and he tells me, get in the truck, and I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, get in the truck, I'll tell you. And I'm like, okay. So I get in the truck, and then he's like, oh, I don't like how that guy was looking at you. Kids. Okay, he is not my boyfriend. He has nobody to be telling me who and cannot look at me. And if he doesn't like when someone's looking at me, like, whatever, you know, it's me. If I decide I feel uncomfortable, I'm gonna say it. I can't let other people decide for me. And I told him straight up, it's like, what is he gonna do to me? And then he ended up saying like, well, I don't know. So we ended up leaving the park, and we went to his house because he wanted to show me all his cars. I like cars, like seriously, like I'm obsessed with cars. And he had 9 cars at his house, so I was like, okay, what do I do now? And he lives with his parents, okay? This is a guy who's 21 who lives with his parents still. It was not a good time. I almost forgot to mention that throughout the day that I was with my friend, the whole time he was flirting with me, saying that I smell really good, that I look really hot. I'm being serious, kids. Like, this is what he said to me, that I look very, very hot, and that like I changed, I matured, and blah 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 blah. Like, he hasn't seen me since my sophomore year, where I was still 15, I think. And it was just very awkward for me because like I only wanted to go see him, you know, to have fun, like just be like whatever about it, and he took it to a different level, and that made me very uncomfortable. Okay, now I'm gonna skip to the part where oh, actually, you know what, no, let me go back a little bit. So we were at his house, and I got left at his house with his brother and another friend, and he left to the store. When he came back, he brings out a 6-pack of beer, and he kept insisting that I drink. And I'm not gonna lie, I do drink, but only when I'm with my family. Other than that, I always say no. And he really kept insisting that I drink with them, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna drink. And it got to the point where I was getting ready to actually start cussing at him. And for those of you who personally know me, I normally don't end up swearing. And also, I forgot to mention that every single time that he started smoking a cigarette, he kept offering me to smoke with him again and again. And it got to the point where I actually ended up cussing at him, and I'm like, hey man, like, I'm not gonna do this. I am leaving out where I ended up cussing at. And what else ended up happening? It's just very, okay guys, Guys, if you want to make a good first impression on a girl, don't pressure her into doing something she doesn't want to do. If she's cool with it, alright. But if she's not, then no, don't do it. And girls, same thing, okay? I'm not gonna do the double standard where it just has to be the guys. Girls, you too, if a guy doesn't want to do something, don't pressure them either. Okay, now I'm gonna fast forward to the part where I had to go home. Well, when it was starting to get for me to go home. So we left. Me and my friend ended up leaving for a drive. And then we got back to his house because apparently he wanted to switch cars. And his mom's the one with the keys. And honestly, I felt embarrassed. Like, I was even more embarrassed than he was. Because the way he asked for the keys back, he started swearing at his mom. He started, like, taunting her, teasing her, etc. Like, he was acting like a little 5-year-old throwing a tantrum. Like, oh, dude, no! And then I don't know, I just felt very awkward. I didn't bother getting all the way back inside his house. I was just standing right in the front, like in the door, like right in the middle of the doorway, just between the outside and the inside of the house. I felt very uncomfortable and very embarrassed. So, and at the end of the day, it took him 1 hour exactly to take me home, when in reality it would have taken him 10 to 15 minutes just to take me home. I was texting some of my friends to see if they can come pick me up because I felt very, very sad and scared and just really worried because 1, he had already been drinking, 2, he had been smoking, so he was already high and kind of drunk, well, buzzed. Children, please don't make the same mistake I did. Don't get in the vehicle. Call for a friend, family member that you can trust, someone that you know you can trust that's gonna go get you. Seriously, don't do what I did and get back in the vehicle. So now here comes the part where I'm in the truck with him again. He started smoking again, and on the drive to my house, I felt so uncomfortable and so awkward. 1, because I was really worried that my parents were gonna smell whatever the heck he was smoking that day. 2, I was actually, you know what, I was just more concerned about my parents thinking that I was doing things like that, when in reality I wasn't. I said no every single little time that he kept insisting for me to drink or smoke with him. Every single time. So kids, be consistent and stay true to your word, and if you don't have a good feeling about a person, don't go out with them. Anyways, back to us being in the truck. So we're on we're on the way to, you know, me getting home. And then we started talking, and then I don't know, the curiosity got the best of me, because like since he had been flirting with me all day long, I was like, so what kind of girls are you into? And then this is him. Oh, you know, I like girls with chola eyebrows, you know, the ones with the shaved eyebrow and the eyebrow that's all over. Yeah, I like that. I think that's really hot. Blah 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 blah. I like girls that are in a gang. And I'm over here sitting like, okay, anything else? Oh no, I think that's just it. I like girls that are in a gang, that like to fight, that know how to defend themselves, blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, okay. I mean, the last part's okay. And then he's like, so what are you into? And I ended up telling him, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna be straightforward with you right now. I hate it when a guy likes to play Blue's Clues with me all day long, or whenever I talk to them, instead of just being straightforward with me. And then this is him. Oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna be straightforward with you right now. I think we should date. Like, I really like you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's not gonna happen. In my head, I was cracking up in the back of my head. But in reality, this is me. I'm like, okay, man, I don't care if this is gonna hurt you, but I don't see anything happening between us. I don't even like you. Okay, let's just start with that. And then this is him. Oh, why not? Come on. And I'm serious. I have the conversation recorded, so you cannot tell me I'm a liar. And I'm like, no, man, you're just not my type. And he's like, oh, so you're not into guys like me? And then this is me. I'm like, no, you're not my type. The guys that I like, they're smart. I want them smart. Yes, I said that on purpose to hurt him, because I honestly did not care anymore at that point. I was just so angry to be there with him at this point. And I'm like, okay, I like guys that are smart. I like guys who don't pressure me into doing things. And I exaggerated that point. I was kind of yelling right now. Like, in the moment when I was with him, I was starting to yell because I was so mad. And what else did I end up saying? I think I just ended up telling him like I everything that's the exact opposite of him is what I ended up saying to him. I honestly did not care anymore. I was being brutally honest with him. And then this is him. Oh, whoa, why can't you just give me a chance? And I'm like, one, you know what happened between me and my ex. I'm not in the mood to go on a rebound. Yes, I know it's almost a year that I've been single, but I am not in the mood to go on a rebound. And then this is him. Oh, well, why don't you just give me a chance? And then blah blah blah. And I stopped paying attention throughout halfway through what he was trying to say to me. And I just told him like, you know what? I'm just not ready for a relationship. Okay, right now it's just not the time. I'm too busy with school. And see, kids, this is exactly what I mean. I am busy with school. That's why I haven't been filming or doing any face painting. And then this is him, literally. Oh, why don't we just be? What was it? He said it in an abbreviated form. FWB. And I paused for a second. I was like, kids, in case you guys don't know what FWB means, it's friends with benefits, children. I swear, don't ever do these type of things because these things will lead to serious consequences. And then this is me. I lost my mind at this point. What did I do? Oh, I think I was getting ready to jump out the car because I was so mad. I had my hand on the handle, on the door handle, and I was so ready to jump out the car. And I looked at him like, I made eye contact with him, and I was like, no, are you stupid? Like, I don't roll that way. Like, that's not what I do. And this is him. Oh, come on, Jocelyn. Like, it would be fun and cool, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm over here in the back of my mind. I already shot and killed him like 5 times. Like, I was just so irritated being in the same car with him. I'm like, who in the right mind? It's me. I don't do anything. Okay, maybe every now and then I do something bad, but don't do this. Okay, anyways, it's me. I normally don't like doing anything that's bad, anything that's gonna get me into trouble. I like keeping it safe. Okay, like, I don't understand what he was thinking at this point. I understand he was high and drunk, but like, it's me. Like, what the fudge? And then, so I get home. Oh, kids, I'm telling you the whole story. So I get home. I was just so straight up worried that my parents were gonna smell what I smelled like, but no, it didn't smell. Well, I didn't smell. And then I'm going to tell you what happened in the next following days.